Welcome back. We are here at CES 2022 Unveiled, which means we're seeing all of the behind the scenes VIP access before the show even begins. And I had to stop because this absolutely caught my eye. I am here at MUI Lab with Klaus. He's going to tell us all about it because, again, I'm just going to tell you what I'm seeing here. It says is designed to keep technology out of users' consciousness, preventing distractions and fostering familial relationships. And as you know, as a life balance coach, creating the balance between, your work life and your home life, and really removing that technology once you're home, especially when you have a home office, is very, very difficult. So Klaus said that he's going to tell us kind of the value system of why this is so important and why this exists.
Well, this is actually the base philosophy of the company. So MUI Lab, as the name suggests, it goes back to Mui Shinzen, which is the Japanese philosophy of just being yourself. There you go. So we took that.
What we all strive for.
Well, we took that as a principle for the invention of our products. And the first generation of the MUI board was already using wood, obviously, but also going to the background when you don't want to use it, when it's just available for you. You touch it, springs to life, and then it allows you to control all of your smart home functions that you might have there. But it actually goes back into the background, and it's just a piece of wood. And we're here because we're announcing the second generation of it. And the second generation is actually then supporting Matter, which allows us to be talking to so many more devices out there using, again, one central home controller for it in a calm technology way.
I love it. Calm, peace, presence, all of that is what we strive for. Can you show us a little demo of how this works? Because I would love for people to get a real hands-on reality of what we're talking about here.
Yeah. So we have a bit of a Matter demo app that we have right here. You'll be able to, excellent. So this is showing you like a home setup. Now imagine you'd say, okay, how's the weather? And this would give you a weather forecast information to it. And it would also, of course, as I mentioned, talk about the lights control, so it allows you to switch on and switch off the lights. In different rooms, it can go to much more detail, of course. You have control for HVAC, which would go in here. You would have control for also your EV charging, which will also be in here. So this is literally a central point of control, and as I mentioned, in the second generation, supporting all these different types of devices.
I love it. I think the hardest part, my husband and I are very adamant about no technology in the bedroom, in the sense of, obviously, the cell phones, they go on airplane mode if they're in the room or they're completely out of the room. Yeah. We don't have the office and the laptop and the bed and all the things. Like, that's really, you have to separate church. You have to separate church and state, as we say, right? No. You have to separate. We have no TVs, right? We're not that. We just really are very. We own a digital media business, so we're around digital media all the time, and we love it for what we do. But I think it's very, very important to understand that when you are in your downtime and relaxing, that you need to remove yourself from a lot of those technological advances. How do you feel that this brings that into it to be able to create, not even create, but almost like encourage the use, the being present in the moment?
Well, I think it's there's lots of schools of how we do this. Yeah. There's even people that say, well, I don't want to have any technology at home, and we think, yeah, that's maybe a good way. But a lot of people would say, well, actually, is there a way to find a balance?
That's it. That's what we're looking for. Is we feel the same way.
Yeah, and we think that if the alternative is to basically get a large display on the wall, that might not be a nice thing. And then the other alternative would be having a set of plastic gadgetry on your wall. Maybe that's also not that nice.
Or like an Alexa or things like that. Like, we don't have any of those in the house because we just don't feel like they embody what the value system that we're trying to create, and it's not helping us be away from technology more. It's actually it's causing us to be around technology more.
So our offering that we're making here is literally trying to be calm by using technology. So literally stay in that middle ground of either not completely detox, but also not overusing technology. So using it in the middle ground, that's the offering that we actually make. And therefore we say, okay, if you want to use any technology in the bedroom or living room, whatever, how about if you use calm technology on the basis of that? Because it actually goes completely into the background. There's no messaging, there's no interruptions.
Well, that's it. You're not getting pinged every second. There's no
That's
notifications that are very triggering, sounds that are very triggering. I talk about this in my coaching all the time. Like, a lot of those things need to be put on silent in order for us to not constantly be activated into, I have to respond.
Well, there's a bigger piece of background here.
Yeah.
When we've been introducing technology in the office space,
Right.
it was all about efficiency. It was all about being faster, being up to the moment, being well informed, etc. When we introduced technology in cars, it was all about information. It was all about getting as much information as possible. When we're introducing technology at home, it's a completely different game. You don't want your sofa to be faster. You don't. No, you don't want to add more and more and more and more displays at home. I don't think that that's where we want to go. So the idea is literally what would fit to your home, what would fit in that type of a setup, and we believe the offering we're making is some other opportunity where you could calm it down, reduce it, and really use those things that are really important to you, and the rest can go away.
I love it. Just the key word that stuck out to me is calm technology, because those two things to me seem like opposites. When we think of technology, we don't think of it as keeping us calm. Yeah. And what you've done with it is you've helped me to reprogram my brain around the concept to say that it can go right into the background and disappear, but then it can also be essential and functional when I need it to be, exactly. When I choose to be, not when I get pinged or a notification comes on and I have no choice but to respond. Correct. Or go crazy because I'm overwhelmed with the notification.
Exactly. So
I love that.
How about if you can use smart home without taking out your smartphone? That was the basic idea around this.
Yeah, can you use smart home without taking out your smartphone? That's fabulous.
There you go. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I feel calmer already just by talking to you.
Thank you. I highly appreciate it.
This is amazing. Thank you so much, Klaus. And we look forward to seeing more from you guys throughout the week. Okay. And stay tuned for more exclusivities.